All right, so did you get the Herod's Nativity Contender Deck and you're wondering what are some upgrades you can do for the deck? Well, you've come to the right place, because as so happens, I've been playing this deck quite a lot. And I even made a whole video about if Nationals was tomorrow, I would bring Nativity Herods to Nationals. So I'm going to walk you through the top cards I would consider adding to the deck. Also have all the prices listed down here. So these prices down here, these are the Your Turn Games prices, and be aware that they can change. So maybe Overtaken was $2.50 when I recorded this video, but maybe it spiked to $5, you know. So keep that disclaimer in mind. So the top two cards I would add, and they're not even that expensive, it's Overtaken and 20 shekels. Overtaken is so good with Nativity, and then sprinkle it into your Herods. So if you don't know how Overtaken works, if you activate it and you attack with your Mary, the effect of Overtaken is actually going to last till the end of your next artifact phase. So it lasts for like a whole turn, basically. So having your Herods CBN is really good. 20 shekels, I like pairing this card with Mary, Holy Virgin. So you would reveal opponent's hand, play an evil character, and then attack with Mary, and then reserve that character. It's pretty good. And the hand information is really nice as too. Also, I would add No Straw, which is a great cannot be negated top deck all heroes in battle if more than one hero is in battle. So this card's pretty cheap, and Revolt is also another spicy card which interrupts the battle. You can ban to any number of non-Roman evil characters, and then set aside all characters in battle. So not only does it put your opponent in special initiative, it's going to be able to ban to all their non-Roman evil characters, which can create some chaos. So here are the cards that I would say are the most important cards, but they are expensive. So Three Woes and Second Coming are the best dominants in the game. And if you're not playing them, you're at a significant disadvantage. So if you have $50 lying around, I would invest these in these cards. And I'll put a link in the description where you could find these cards for this cheap. You can use the special Cactus promo. It's a fundraiser, and they're selling copies of these cards on demand for $25 each. So I really like this deal. So sorry, Your Turn Games. I'm not going to recommend going to your website to buy these, but it's great for everything else. Here are some other really important cards, the Resurrection and Crouch Choice. Resurrection just gives this element of explosiveness and craziness that you really can't do with any other card. It's $50, but if you open up a Gospel of Christ pack and you open up your Resurrection, well, this is a great deck to put it in. And Crouch Choice is another great card, which allows you to take any card from your deck, basically, except a neutral card. Highly recommend it. And the thing about dominance, they're so good in any other deck. It's not like you're buying a dominant that's really niche and specific for this deck. You could build a bunch of other different decks based around Crouch Choice and the Resurrection. So if you do have money that you want to spend on Redemption, I would invest in Lost Souls or Dominance. So here are some other cards. The Deceiver is another great card. You can put it in any deck, basically. Gabriel's a little bit more niche, but still pretty good. You can put him in Angel decks, you can put him in Nativity decks, but he's really good in Nativity decks. If you play the Resurrection, then you need to add John and Resurrection Revealer to the deck. It's another $10 upgrade, but attacking with Resurrection Revealer, grabbing the Resurrection from your deck, then playing it to get John, ban him into battle is really strong turn one attack. I would say this package is optional, but I still really like it. Pairing the cross with Golgotha, like you put your Golgotha down, then you activate the cross, you start restricting dominance. If you time this correctly, you can really give your opponent a headache. But of all the cards in here, this is probably, you probably could get away with doing it. This effect here is on the cross is really powerful. So you're getting what you pay for. So let's talk about the Lost Souls. I know the Contender deck has a New Testament Unity package. So I'm going to present you with two different options. What you can do is you can either choose to continue going with that New Testament Unity, or you can try something else, which I'll talk about later. But if you're playing New Testament Unity, then grab the Imitate Lost Soul, which can copy another Lost Soul. So you're going to get your best New Testament Lost Souls out, and you're going to be copying them every round. And the Crowds/Protector Lost Soul is amazing because you can protect your hands and deck from opponent's card. And there's a lot of cards running around that actually target your hand. So it's a more expensive Lost Soul, but it's that expensive for a reason. And then we have Awake and then Humble. Humble is really good. I think it goes in almost every Redemption deck out there. Awake is maybe a more niche card, but if you draw it, you can search your deck for a Lost Soul and put it in play. So this also helps you get out your Lost Souls more easily. And these ones, I don't know if you can see it, but it says Lawless and this says Escape. These are some older Lost Souls that say Lawless helps you grab cards. It's really good in almost every deck. And Escape, I would say, is probably only good for New Testament Unity decks. New Testament Lost Soul Unity. Kind of does the same thing as the Awake Lost Soul. And here's some more options for New Testament Unity. You can grab a Dole. During battle, if opponent uses a good special ability to look, search, or reveal, you can search your deck for evil character or evil enhancement. So it's a punishing card that if your opponent is searching, you can you can search as well. Harvest is like the Lost Souls card, but when you put it in play or if you rescue it, you can create a Lost Soul token in opponent's land of bondage. All right, so that was the New Testament Unity, but now let's talk about a Lost Soul package that's just probably maybe a little bit better, and it's just the generally good Lost Souls. Cards like Darkness or Lawless are in the deck, and you pair them with Humble, which we've already talked about, and then Hunter can go and grab a Lost Soul from your deck and put it in your territory. Pair that with Prosperity and Color Guard, which you can protect all your Herods from harm, and add Prosperity to give a little bit more card draw to your deck. And adding Hopper, grab a Hopper. If you don't have a Hopper, get a Hopper. Pairing this up with Lost Souls, which is a better version of Harvest. And here are some cards that are nice to have, but you don't need them. Sheol, it's a really nice card to have. You can put it in almost any deck that is playing one brigade as evil defense. It's a nice to have, but you definitely don't need it. And same with Endless Treasure. If you're running Overtaken, this card's another way to grab Overtaken out of your deck. And you can even run some Curses in your reserve. Here's some more nice to haves. I like Foreign Spears and I like Herodias' Daughter. These cards are great at attacking cards in territories, which there are a lot of good cards that are like Nazareth and Herod's Temple, like Storehouse. These are all cards that get targeted by Herodias and Foreign Spears. And lastly, here's a card that could give you a little edge. If you're playing a Nativity deck, there's this Nativity promo, Son of God. So even though it doesn't say it, this is actually a Nativity card. And so if it does happen to get reserved, you can use your Bethlehem Stable to grab it. I feel like there's cards that grab good Nativity cards out of your deck. So getting to grab your Son of God whenever you want to is really nice. So if you're playing Nativity, invest in this Son of God promo and you won't regret it. All right, I'll have a full deck list of the recommendations I would use in the description. Also provide a link to that Cactus Game website and Your Turn Games. So short and sweet, that's going to be it for the budget upgrade video. See you next time.